May Fouquet slipped under the police tape that cut off a section of Silver Salmon's riverbank from the general public. She already knew the cause of death. Even before she took the sheriff job, there were tales of people who drowned after staring too long into its dark depths. "It's another one, ma'am." It was a young officer, whose name she didn't bother to remember. "Gordon Pyrice. It looks like he knelt near the edge, dipped his face in, and never took it out again." She looked along the beach, hoping to see something that might lead to the reason for these deaths, knowing that there was nothing to see. The white-gray stones of the riverbank stretched on until the river curved from sight. When she was a child, before all these deaths, she would come here. Her, Janice Clark, and Marie Valkyrie would spend a lot of time cleaning up the river. Back then, things were better. Back before they ever went into the house on Willard Street. Back before she realized the world was a kill-or-be-killed place. "Just like the others, his fingers are dug into the dirt and there's a green residue around the neck. Would you like me to send it to the lab?" She sighed. "We already know what it is from the last 100 times we sent it in. It's algae. There's no reason to bother the lab with it." She pulled a small flask from her jacket and took a few gulps, letting the burn of whiskey distract from the memories of 316 Willard Street. Her eyes roam over the glass-like water as she sips from the flask again. That night had caused her to do things that she wasn't proud of. If only Janice hadn't threatened to go forward with what she knew. Maybe then May would have someone to talk to about the craziness in the town. Why had she stayed in Fells Glen? She kept asking herself, but she already knew the answer. The answer was written on May's face when she watched Marie get dragged into that room. The answer was written on May's face when she watched Janice burn. The answer sat in the pit of her stomach and had growled every day just to remind her of what she'd done. "Ma'am?" She felt a hand on her shoulder and was pulled roughly back from the edge of the river. She found herself kneeling at the bank, with her fingers dug into the dirt, and her face inches from the water. She pulled back and stood quickly, wiping her hands and straightening her suit. "We're going to need more signs warning of the dangers of staring into the river. Many more signs, and possibly a drive-by once or twice a night." "Are you okay, ma'am?" The officer had that caring innocence in his voice that grated at May's nerves. She forced a smile and lied with everything she had. "Yeah, I'm just tired."